I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into the other potential live streaming things. We're going live on the YouTubes.
Oh, we haven't gotten any no new strikes on YouTube.
No. For maybe whoever was watching and like turning us in, ratting us out, trying to get us in trouble. Keep up. I mean, we're not that interesting, so.
Yeah, it seems like a wasted effort.
Yeah. Well, and it's like our audience is so small. Like we just start again somewhere else, like another channel, and it wouldn't even matter. Like no one would ever know. Like it's not like.
What do we have? Like 7 or 8 people that come around, and not usually
on occasion,
all the time.
yeah. On occasion, 7 or 8 people show up and watch. Yeah. If we're really lucky. Yeah.
There's like a rotation.
Well, the only way you can get a channel on YouTube at this point is to either get extremely lucky, like, and I'm like, it's real luck. There's all these people that want to claim that, oh no, it's not luck. Yeah, no, it's luck. Or if YouTube wants to pimp you out, so because YouTube will just lie about statistics and numbers and all that stuff anyway. So there's really no, Steven Crowder claims he's the biggest conservative channel on YouTube, and that might be the case. I don't know. But who knows if he's not actually substantially larger or substantially smaller, and YouTube is just fudging his numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, he seemed to kind of sell out on the YouTube shit. Because he was getting fucked with a little bit, and then...
he's gone completely back the other way. He doesn't give a shit. He's pushing the limits a lot.
Oh, wow.
And you know who's no longer on any of his episodes? The half Asian lawyer. Because he's busy dealing with legal issues. Like, he still works for Steven Crowder. He's just constantly in court now.
Oh, wow.
So I think Steven Crowder got real sick and tired of following that bullshit and just started pushing back hard.
Good for him, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I may not agree with a lot of what he says, but I respect the freedom of speech stance. He doesn't want to shut down anyone else. He's happy to let his arguments stand on their own. He's not so afraid of disagreement that he can't allow anyone else to have a fucking say,
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes down to.
Good for him for that.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to make sure we're both coming in audio.
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes down to.
Good for him. Oh, no.
Okay, good. We're both coming in on audio. Good. Because there's been times when fucking Streamlabs doesn't want to work right.
That seems to be an issue. But yeah, I really don't get why anybody would be bothering to fuck with us. So I'm wondering if
I'm sure it must have been something I put in a title or something, more likely, and some random fucking algorithm caught it and went, no, bad boys. I sincerely doubt there was anybody like ratting us out for talking about vaccines or anything like that.
Yeah, I think they have something that listens to the fucking keywords or something. That technology.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this Omicron thing seems like a really nice thing. Like it's a super mild version. It has a very strong chance of becoming the dominant strain and killing off all the more dangerous and deadly strains, as naturally happens every time we get a new flu.
Yeah.
Exactly. With the swine flu and the bird flu and the fucking. What was there was the big one that killed a lot of people way back. Was it scarlet fever? That they called it? Spanish flu. The Spanish flu is the one that got everybody, like, really killed a lot of people off. Same with the Spanish flu. Like, the Spanish flu's not gone. It didn't die out. Just weak strains that don't kill people are the ones that kept going, and the rest of them died off. Because they didn't manage to, reinfect other people. Because if you kill your host, you can't, infect another host and keep going.
Yeah, it's the way it normally goes.
Yeah, because viruses are essentially like parasitic. They need us to provide their nutrients and their place that supports their existence. So, but what is it?
That is how it works.
Yeah, the heart attack thing though, that's really fucked up. That they're like, oh, it's the cold weather. No, they're not really dying of heart attacks in that soccer league. It's like, no, they really are. Like,
what the fuck, dude? Yeah, it's crazy how they try to bullshit like shit that's so fucking obvious too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's weird the prop.
Well, and then Fauci is up on fucking stage pushing forced compliance. Like, we wanted everybody to do this voluntarily, but if they won't, then perhaps we just have to stop allowing people to make that choice. It's like, oh, somebody's looking for a bullet in the teeth, like, and that's not a threat from me. That's just like, people out there are fucking nuts. Somebody gonna shoot you, and like, you keep talking like that. Like, that's just, sooner or later, that's gonna happen. You don't have the bodyguards that the president or like one of the senators or, representatives might have.
Yeah, it's fucking, Fauci's an evil motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, fucking straight evil.
To fuck with him somehow, dude.
Oh, we had an audience member for like 2 seconds. Yay.
He's probably off to report us. He's the one.
Yeah, he was sick the last few times because he got COVID. Now he's feeling better and he's like, oh, they're at it again, those bastards. Oh my God. Oh, did you hear about the thing in fucking Kentucky?
Yeah, the tornadoes and shit.
Yeah, the fucking tornadoes and shit. But not only that, the fucking the Kentucky distribution center for Amazon, where they'd had multiple warnings hours in advance and just kept their workers there anyway. And it got hit by the tornado and a bunch of people died, and they're trying to pretend they don't know how many people were there, despite the fact that they keep statistics on their employees down to the fucking number of minutes they spend in the bathroom. Like, they know exactly how many people were there. That's absolutely not possible that they're telling the truth at that point. Yeah. Like, it's beyond the pale. Like, there's no fucking way. And what gets me is no company should be able to fire you for heeding like a hurricane warning or a tornado warning or whatever sort of like, hey, evacuate, or hey, go take cover that you're getting from like national services. Like, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, apparently there was a candle factory that pulled the same shit. They're like, hey, can we go home? Like, when the first warnings came, and they're like, well, if you leave, you're probably gonna get fired. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? And then like a second round came, and they're like telling them the same shit. And like some people just said, like, fuck you, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
and obviously they lived. Fucking thing got flattened, dude. That thing got flattened, dude, and a bunch of motherfuckers died.
Was that in the same hurricane as or not hurricane, the same tornadoes in Kentucky as the Amazon one?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It must be.
You know what'd be nice?
Yeah.
I think it'd be really nice if somebody found the information on the people who run those companies and run those locations, all the people directly in the chain of responsibility up to the top, and just tweeted out all their names and addresses and schedules along with like pictures, just to all the surviving family members who lost somebody because their profit margin they didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be so fucking good. Yeah. I mean, if I had that information, I'd be happy to provide it to all their surviving family members of everybody who died, because these guys didn't want to lose a point on their fucking stock, portfolio.
Yeah, it's one instance where I'm okay with doxing, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's like those people who made those choices and put those people in those positions need to be killed. Like, you can't. Yeah. There's no other recourse at this point. There's no amount of money that makes up for that. That takes blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, or at least
no bullshit,
those
man. If it
factories,
was my family in there, it'd be on. Like, I'd be looking for people now who wouldn't be having a stream.
Yeah, fucking A, dude.
Oh,
but I hope at
so
least the ones
crazy.
that were at the factory, the supervisors at the factory that were saying no, you'll get fired. I hope they fucking perished.
Yeah, as long as every single one of them perished, hopefully. Yeah, that would be nice. It'd be real shitty if, like, the manager is the one person who walked out of Amazon, fucking distribution center alive after making all these other people fucking die for Amazon's profit margins and for no other fucking reason. Because, like, if they went and took cover for a few hours, you know what? Some stuff would be late, but people would understand.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm not gonna call up Amazon and be like, "Hey, I heard a tornado hit your Kentucky distribution center. Where the fuck is my stuff, bitch?" That's no excuse. Like.
Yeah, well, there's some people that wouldn't. There are some assholes, but a vast majority of people.
Legally speaking, there'd be no recourse. Nobody could go after Amazon for their package being lost or whatever. Like. And Amazon's going to be, and the really shitty thing is Amazon's got to have insurance, and I would assume this candle factory did too. So, like, the owners and stuff are going to be made whole. They're not losing any money at all.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're the ones that are just going to be like, "Oh, well, everything worked out for me." And that's the real reason behind, like, for anybody who's still, left wing, that's the real reason for open borders, is because then they can have their workers die in that tornado and replace them as, real fast, because there's all these illegals that are looking for work and will take work anywhere. Yep. Man.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking open about it, dude.
Yeah.
Because they'll talk about, it's funny how they talk about, you got to let them all in. Like, who's going to pick your vegetables and all this? And you're like, okay, so that's all they're good for to you? That's all you think that you think they can do? Like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. Kind of racist.
Yeah. Pretty fucked up. Oh, what's up, Mr. Stenchapper? Man, I'm jealous of your garden, dude. Like, how do you still have shit growing? It's got to be in a greenhouse or something at this point. Because all our plants, except for, like, the citrus trees, have pretty much died off. Because it's too cold. Yeah, the citrus trees don't like die, but they stop producing for a little while. Also, did you know fucking lemon and lime trees have giant goddamn thorns on them?
Not really.
Yeah, like 2-inch long fucking thorns. Like, they're not the pussy little thorns you find on a rose. These things want to fuck you up. Like, it's like picking lemons is a challenge because you get scratched all to hell.
Right.
Oh, there's more stuff for Candace Owens. I just don't care about Candace Owens. But apparently she's meeting with Trump and getting a sit-down meeting with him. Although the one nice thing I've heard about Trump recently is if the Florida governor runs, Trump has already said he would withdraw from the race. He wouldn't even challenge him.
Nice. Yeah. DeSantis is being he's pretty popular, dude.
Yeah.
Anti-lockdown bullshit stance. Yeah, I think apparently somebody asked him about it. How do you respond to people saying you're just doing this to, puff up your public image and, to run for president? And he's like, well, I must be doing so then. Thanks for thinking about me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's happy to hear that.
Like
Well, and also, you know, like who runs for governor really doesn't always have anything to do with what would be best for the country or who the most popular candidate is. You know, it's all internal politics in the party, and the party is just as corrupt as the Democrats. So, you know.
Well, I don't know. It's
DeSantis. Well, okay, maybe they're not quite as corrupt as the Democrats, but they're still pretty corrupt.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. What I'm saying is, if Trump tried to run as a Democrat, he wouldn't have beaten Hillary. Same way fucking Bernie Sanders didn't, even though he should have. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Bernie Sanders was also not a Democrat, so like neither one of them really. Well, Trump was technically a Democrat for most of his life, but
well, yeah. But I mean, he was basically getting most of the popular among Democrats or whatever, but they had those weird super delegates and shit like that fucking essentially negated all of that.
Well, I think more people would have been more comfortable voting for Bernie Sanders than for Trump in that particular set of elections when Hillary ran. That might have actually had a chance of beating Trump.
Yeah, and that would have been fucking horrible too. You know, not as bad as Hillary.
Oh God, I don't know.
You know, Bernie Sanders would have fucked shit up, dude.
I mean, yeah, either one of them would have been a bad fucking night for, you know, everybody.
Yeah.
When they announced that. Yeah. It's just, you know, are there any good candidates? Because I'd love to see more and more grassroots campaigns getting just regular people elected, regardless of what party those people claim to be in. Because I'd like to see more and more people getting in that aren't already owned by corporations. You know, who genuinely have.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost it's impossible, I think, on a national level. Like local levels, that shit's happening. There was that one guy that basically only spent like $1,000 or something on his campaign, some trucker guy. I forget where that was, dude. God damn it. But yeah, he ended up winning, dude. I think it was a write-in, actually. He won by fucking everybody just doing a write-in with his name.
Damn, you gotta love the internet, because there's no way his name gets out to that many people otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Why they're trying to control it.
Yep. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi
Oh, really?
flip out when people were talking about, like, hey, do you think they basically asked, they're like, hey, do you think senators and you know, congressmen should like not be allowed to trade stocks because of how many people have gotten like busted for insider trading? She's like, oh, no, and it's just, let's go off about free market economy. I'm like, oh, now you give a shit about free market?
Well, yeah, if it's gonna cut into her pocket.
But yeah, she was really backpedaling, dude. Like, she was scared. Fucking question. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look,
yeah, it's amazing how incredibly wealthy she got after becoming a fucking
congressperson. Almost all of the people in Congress are millionaires.
Yeah, all of them.
It's like 90%.
Yeah. Like some of them came in and they're not worth $1 million or $2 million, or maybe even, you know, maybe only a few $100,000 or whatever. But yeah, then they end up like 5 years later and they're worth like $40 million or something.
Even Rand Paul's worth like $7 million, I think. Like Rand Paul, who's one of the bastions of like everybody, you know, he calls him out as the, you know, the one good guy in DC, is like $7 million worth, I think. Although as far as I know, he only makes like the salary per year. I don't think he actually has other jobs like a lot of them, where they have like these quote unquote jobs with companies that they go do for like a couple hours a year. You know, like there's an office somewhere in that building that
get paid. Yeah, speaking engagements where they get paid $150,000 for like you know, a half an hour talk or whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of shady shit, dude.
Well, and then like also like you look at the so you know, back to vaccines for just a second. the organization that says that they're safe is partially funded by money from the people who want the clearance to sell them.
Right.
Like part of the money that the group of people that are supposed to regulate like all that stuff, part of their money comes directly from the companies trying to get them like through the process. And it's like, well, do you think that's just a little fucking wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, no conflict of interest there.
Like, here's this boner pill, and it's super addictive, and it gives people boners, but if they take it, they'll never get another one without the pill again. And here's also, like, $600,000, so we're good, right? Like, we can sell this, no problem. Like, and then what is it they came out with the... like, we already have multiple other medications that you can use to treat COVID, like, perfectly fine, that are cheap and have, generics and everybody, like, they're easily affordable. They're very commonly used. They're very safe. We know exactly how safe they are.
Yeah.
And they also have those antibody shots that they can do. That are incredibly effective. In fact, the vast majority of people that get it don't even get symptoms. Like by the end of the day, they're completely symptom-free and they're done. They never even really get sick.
Yeah, I think that's what Aaron Rodgers did, and they're making a big deal. The quarterback from Green Bay for the Packers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he had done. And, like, when they asked him, vaccinated or whatever, and then he got COVID later on, and it all came out that he, didn't actually get the shot, and they're making a big fucking deal about it. But yeah, he didn't really apparently didn't really have a whole lot of symptoms. So yeah, shit works fine, dude.
Well, I mean, the vast majority of COVID cases are extremely mild and not very many symptoms at all. Oh, apparently Jimmy Dore, the guy that spit in Alex Jones's face, is now sounding a lot like Alex Jones.
Yeah, he definitely left the plantation or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he was with what was that bacon grease guy?
Oh yeah, Chunk Yogurt.
Chunk Yogurt. Yeah, he was with Chunk Yogurt.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he's still a fucking he's still a libtard. But he's got some,
But apparently now he sounds more like Alex Jones than Chunk Yogurt. Chunk Yogurt sounds like he belongs in the movie Spaceballs. Like that's one of the villains in Spaceballs that we just never heard about.
Isn't that's what the name of Yoda was, right? Yogurt?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it wasn't Chunk Yogurt. It was just yogurt, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mel Brooks playing Yoda.
So then, like, Chunk Yogurt would have been like the evil bad guy version of him.
Yeah, that works.
Like the Emperor, essentially. Would have been like Chunk Yogurt. That makes sense.
Shitty nowadays. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, dude, I used to follow the fucking Young Turks a while back. Like, they used to be decent, but they fucking completely sold out, dude.
Yeah, the only thing I respect about the Young Turks now is they're the ones that started the Wolf Pack. And the Wolf Pack is slowly making progress in trying to accomplish getting a convocation of the governors to remove money from politics through, like, basically making amendments to the Constitution.
Yeah.
And, there was a fucking, like, random little clip I saw on some other unrelated, it was not a political YouTube video. And, but this just happened to be part of what was on there. And it was like, they put out a thing, like, if you could make out an amendment to the Constitution, what would you make? And I don't remember the exact words of the guy's ones, but it was fucking brilliant. It was essentially, in order to prevent private parties from taking advantage of and bribing political officials in order to sway the system, each Congress member or member of Congress is and the president are to be paid the national average, or the average of, like, the average middle income wage of their state of origin, and they cannot get paid anything else from any other source while they're in office. So it would essentially mean like they couldn't take any bribes, they couldn't do any number of things.
They'd have to keep their day job.
No speaking engagements. Well, no, they would get paid whatever the average income is in their state. So if it's like, the average income in the state of Georgia is, we'll say like 50,000, then they get 50,000 a year if they're from Georgia, like the Georgian senators and representatives.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most of the people that are going into politics are making more than that. You know what I mean? It's usually lawyers and fucking, shit like that. But yeah, the main thing would be preventing them from getting other sources of income out of it.
Like the average income for California is $31,000 a year, $31,960. So that would be, like that'd be all that like Nancy Pelosi would make.
Right.
Yep. I thought that was a fucking brilliant idea because it immediately eliminates people that want to get wealthy. And it prevents anybody from being able to buy their influence. I mean, there's still ways that can be, I'm sure, bypassed to a certain extent. But making an amendment in the Constitution means it's virtually impossible for Congress to take the teeth out of it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's smarter people that have better ideas, but that one really
it'll never happen. But
pretty brilliant. Yeah,
nice.
Oh no, that'll never fucking happen. No, God, no. Oh, oh, you're in like the South. Okay, I get it now, Stench Ever. I was wondering how his fucking garden kept growing. I'm like, ours is all dead, but he's way south of us on the climate areas or whatever. He's more towards like gaming, down towards Florida.
Oh, gotcha.
So they get that nice weather like year round, where like even in the winter it's not too terribly cold.
Yeah, kind of like here, I guess.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Oh, he can't grow nothing in the summer though. Okay. Because even we can grow some like winter stuff if we really want to. Like I think broccoli and Brussels sprouts grow in the winter. And I think some cabbages too. But man. I wonder if did Jimmy Dore ever apologize for spitting in Alex Jones' face?
I don't think so. Maybe. He seems to be embracing conspiracy theories. Maybe he will now.
Oh, did you see that YouTube comment I quoted?
No.
Some brilliant man on YouTube put down. There's no such thing as conspiracy theories. They're just spoilers.
Okay, I did see that. I'm sorry.
That's a really accurate statement, though, isn't it? Like, it's like, no, there's no conspiracy theories. It's just spoilers. It's all going to happen sooner or later. You can find out, nope, that was 100% true. Oh, man. Craziness. Oh, waiting for that new Spider-Man movie to come out.
Oh yeah, when's that coming out? Got to be pretty soon, right?
No Way Home. I think it's out now. It's still like I can't pirate it without watching it on a cam though, so I'll wait.
Yeah.
But that means it's in theaters, so I'm sure like you can just go see it in the theater if you really want to.
No.
But that's the one where they had Spider-Mans from like other dimensions all getting together, and it sounded kind of fun to me.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one, the Enter the Multiverse or whatever it was called.
Oh, what do you call it? The animated one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a really good one, actually. That was a surprisingly good anime, or not anime, animated variant on Spider-Man. It didn't have. I mean, there was some stupid social justice stuff because you just can't not have that in movies now, apparently. But they didn't really strike heavy on that, and it was actually just kind of a fun little story about Spider-Man and this guy trying to save his dead wife, and how like it didn't matter like what dimension he went to, his terrible acts, his terrible deeds, and who he was just destroyed his life over and over. Like there wasn't a good outcome he could steal from another dimension.
All right. Interesting.
Because the whole thing was it was like the I forget the name of the guy, but it was his wife died because of something to do with his own crimes and actions. And so he was fucking with the dimensional like walls because he wanted to steal a wife from another him in another dimension. It's not. Right. And clearly, sir, you did not learn the life lesson that should have been imparted when your wife died. Because I think you don't understand. Like, it's kind of your fault. Oh yeah, so he's definitely down in like Florida area. Or maybe Texas.
Well, yeah, it's been fucking cold here, dude.
Is it cold there?
Yeah, the last couple of days. Although it's a relative term, I suppose.
Yeah. It is cold there, like 60 some odd degrees, because it's not super cold anywhere else,
Yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. No, I think it got down to like 30 overnight.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool.
But yeah, even during the day, like it is like 60 and it is fucking cold.
Yeah, last night I had my window cracked and I had to break out like hand warmers. Close the window again. So where are you driving to now?
No, I'm back. I'm home now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
City.
Driving around doing errands again.
No, I just had gotten cigarettes. I was on the way back when we started.
Oh, okay, right on.
Only a few minutes away.
Gotta have them cancer sticks. Can't go without them.
Indeed.
I remember. Oh god, I was watching some Rooster Teeth guys talking about caffeine and like, man, is that a drug? It's like, yes. Yes, you people are very addicted to caffeine. Like, and it's one of those ones that's like completely acceptable socially. So like everybody does caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't consider it a harmful drug. It's not like fucking meth.
Yeah, well, right. But yeah, it can, I guess. It's weird. Caffeine doesn't affect me that way, dude.
Have you tried to go without it for a long period of time?
Yeah, well, no, I definitely will get like headaches and shit. But
yeah, so it's fine. The way I look at it is, if you get withdrawals from something, it's definitely a drug.
Yeah. It's pretty mild as far as withdrawal stuff goes.
It's a perfectly safe drug. Like, there's nothing wrong with caffeine. Go enjoy caffeine as much as you want out there. No real worries about that one at all. Yeah,
there's not a lot of people like, robbing people to get more caffeine.
Yeah, right? Exactly, yeah. I'm gonna fucking shank you for that Starbucks, motherfucker. You best hand it over before I stab you. Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious when you start to get like fucking stabbed over a Starbucks coffee. I'm sure that's happened.
I guess anything can. You know, if weed can actually fuck people up that needing rehab.
Oh no,
Caffeine
I
could be
don't think they did it for the caffeine so much. I'm just sure that somebody's been stabbed over a Starbucks cup of coffee at some point somewhere. Probably for all sorts of other weird shit going on in like whatever the person's life is, or they're just absolutely like bananas, like just crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like there were people that got fucking stabbed and shot over Air Jordans. You remember that?
Oh, fucking A, dude. Yeah, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah, the shoes were so popular that people literally killed other people to get them.
Monster. Yeah, so sugar, no, abstinent, but not caffeine.
Well, go ahead.
Who was that?
All kinds of background noise.
Yeah. Somebody said something. We couldn't hear what it was.
Oh, yeah, I think my mom was telling my niece welcome home from school or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know if I would count. Do you go through withdrawals from sugar?
No.
I mean, it's close to a drug though, because it's got a lot of like effects on your mood. Actually, what is it? Or maybe that's just chocolate. Maybe I'm thinking of chocolate that gives you the good feels when you eat it. Like the same hormone that's found in people that are in love or something like that.
Oh, right.
I think that might just be chocolate, though.
Yeah, well, chocolate would have sugar and caffeine, right? Chocolate has caffeine, right?
Oh, yeah. So it's got caffeine and it's got that feel-good stuff. Like a double whammy.
Awesome, dude.
I don't know how much caffeine chocolate has, though. Is it really that much? Or is it just one of those, like, it's
Yeah, I don't
detectable.
think they spike it.
It's like, what I mean? You can detect it, but it's not really caffeinated. Like,
yeah, not the way, energy drinks or coffee or any of that shit are. Yeah.
Oh, Sintoka says, yeah, that is chocolate. The feel-good stuff in it. Let's see,
Chicks horny.
Chocolate. So for every ounce of chocolate, you get 12 milligrams. Amount of caffeine in coffee. I just want some sort of like basis.
Yeah, comparison, yeah.
Oh, so in 8 fluid ounces, you get 95 milligrams. It's actually, if you were to eat 8 ounces of chocolate, that would be not as much as 8 ounces of coffee, but comparable.
Yeah, not that far off. Interesting.
Actually, that's almost exactly the same. 96 milligrams and 8 ounces of chocolate. And 95 milligrams and 8 ounces of coffee.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
You fucking nuts.
I would never have expected there to be that much caffeine.
Yeah, I didn't either. Like I said, I knew it was in there, but it's not really talked about much. So I guess like you, I expected it to be like just, smaller.
How often do you eat like 8 ounces of chocolate though? That seems like that would be a lot of fucking chocolate.
And you might be asking the wrong guy, but yeah, I would say most people
Okay.
I eat a lot of. I don't know if it's different, but I eat a lot of white chocolate.
You probably don't have any caffeine in there. That's just the cocoa butter.
Yeah, I eat a lot of that. I eat regular chocolate too, but not nearly as much. The white chocolate Reese's is still my go-to.
So a full size normal, like just a regular Hershey's chocolate bar, is 1.5 ounces.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
So eight
So you're
ounces
talking
would be what?
like two or three giant Hershey bars, like the big fucking huge ones,
Yeah.
the XL size.
So
Those are the
5
ones I
1/3
usually
regular chocolate bars in one sitting of eating chocolate. Like that's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah. Even for me,
Even
that would
for
be
like a fat fuck like one of us, you know, it's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, I imagine you probably get more sugar if you do like ice cream or like one of those Cold Stone or Baskin Robbins or something like that, where you get like all the other shit added in, ounce for ounce. Now I kind of wonder if Nutella has caffeine, because it's supposedly got chocolate in it.
Yeah, chocolate and hazelnut or whatever. I remember they got in trouble for like trying to claim that they were part of a balanced breakfast or something. Like they would have this whole fucking
God.
yeah, dude, I actually fucking believed it. I'm like, really? This stuff is but then they got in trouble for like making that comparison. Because their ads really didn't make it seem like that. Like, oh, I guess this is actually a relatively healthy thing.
Yeah, and the sugar's the first fucking thing on the fucking list of ingredients. It is caffeinated. It's got 3 milligrams of caffeine for every 2 tablespoons, which is also volumetrically an ounce.
Gotcha.
Because there's 16 tablespoons in a cup, and the cup is 8 fluid ounces.
Dude, no math.
Math. I've done a lot of baking, so like, I have to learn all the different ways of like, well, how do I fucking measure that without getting more dishes dirty than I need to?
Oh man, I gotta make this. My son always make cookies for Christmas. We got to do that here pretty quick.
Yeah, same. We always have like a couple of different kinds of cookies during the Christmas season, and we haven't done any of them this year.
Yeah, me and him, we always make the chocolate chip cookies, but with milk chocolate instead of the semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing like the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie recipe with no chocolate chips, and instead just like wrap a cookie's worth of that dough around a Hershey's Kiss.
Oh
like
yeah,
in
that's
a ball,
good.
and try that and see how it comes out.
Oh, in a ball, so like it melty in the middle. That'd be interesting, dude.
Yeah. So it was completely covered by cookie dough, but the same as you would just put in a normal cookie. I'm wondering if it would like flatten and turn into like a cookie with a chocolate middle, or if it would just, you know, be like a giant fucking mess, or if it would stay in like a ball shape.
Yeah, I doubt it would stay in the ball shape. I assume it would, flatten out like it does. Yeah, but the other ones are the oatmeal cookies with the butterscotch chips.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that one. That one sounds good too.
Fantastic, man. Because I'm like, oatmeal cookies are okay. Oatmeal raisin, like, they're all right, dude. But man, with the fucking butterscotch chips, dude, they're just fucking awesome.
Yeah, butterscotch chips and anything are good.
Yeah.
We always do molasses crinkles, which are kind of like a molasses flavored sugar cookie. and snickerdoodles.
Nice.
Those are the two Christmas cookies we gotta have in the house. Like, and there's other things that we have, some years and not some other years. But the two things we've always had are the snickerdoodles and the molasses crinkles.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, hard to go wrong with cookies though. Like, I'm sure if I made like the butterscotch chip ones with the oatmeal cookies, like, people in my house would be just horrified. They would never try them. Like, like they'd be like, all right, let's see what this is.
Yeah, no, I brought like I think I brought like two little plates full of each of them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, that one's gone." I'm like, "No, there's another plate," and they're like, "No, that one's gone too." And it was like within like 20 minutes of me bringing it, like a half an hour, the fucking all of them were fucking gone, dude. Although there's a lot of people. That's what I brought to my my son's Nana's house for Christmas or whatever.
Oh, there's just like a fuck ton of people.
There's still a lot of people, but still, it fucking went really quick.
Yeah.
So I ended up. I told her, although I shouldn't be doing that. She's old and has fucking heart problems, but I don't know. I always I always give them to her anyway. I think I ended up bringing like a plate like the next day. And I'm like, here, these are just for you or whatever.
Nice. Oh, so what is it?
Yeah.
One of the things we also have most Christmases is shrimp dip. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But you take a block of cream cheese, and you throw in about a half a bottle of chili sauce and a bottle of cocktail sauce, and mix it up with like a pound of little itty bitty baby shrimp, or like a half pound of little itty bitty baby shrimp. I can't remember if it's a half pound or a pound, because one is reasonable and the other one is like, well, now you've just got like a lot of shrimp and a little bit of cream cheese.
It's like cream cheese covered shrimp.
Yeah, and then you put that in there. Yeah, you use crackers and stuff to dip it out of there. Oh, apparently we're cat ladies discussing ice cream flavors. It's a stench ever. Okay.
I used to do like something similar to that with salmon, with canned salmon. Because you get salmon canned, like you do like tuna-fish. Yeah, you mix salmon with cream cheese, dude. Just salmon and cream cheese is actually really fucking good.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you ever had lox on a bagel? Like, lox is just smoked salmon. I mean, it's absolutely delicious.
But I have had cream cheese and salmon on crackers, and that's pretty fantastic.
Pretty much the same thing. It's really not a lot of
not on a bagel. Yeah, just on a cracker instead of a bagel.
Yeah. Oh, he likes Heath Bar Crunch ice cream. Man, Heath Bars are one of the better candies out there. Don't see them very often anymore.
Not big on toffee, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay, dude, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not big on that one.
I think
I had a friend of mine that used to get the Heath Bar ice cream. I think it's Breyers makes it.
Yeah.
And then he would buy another Heath Bar, like a Heath Bar by itself, and crunch it up into the fucking already Heath Bar laden.
Added like an extra helping. That's fucking funny. Well, now he can go to Cold Stone and just order it that way. They'll mix it up for him. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know if they actually have Heath Bars or not. But I assume that they probably do.
Yeah. Considering the variety of things they have, I would say Heath Bars are probably in there.
Yeah. Oh, my dad was like ridiculously into peanut brittle, and that's, I think, where I got my toffee thing. Because
I like peanut brittle a lot, but I do not like toffee that much.
Pretty similar product.
Never made that though. It seems complicated. Seems difficult.
Peanut brittle?
Yeah.
I think you just boil like sugar and butter and peanuts together and then add in like some baking soda right before you pour it out.
Oh, really?
I think that's all it is. Yeah, you just got to pour it out on a surface that it won't like chemically bond with.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it's either butter or condensed milk, sugar, and peanuts and baking soda.
Huh. And that's good. Give it a shot.
He used to make Starbucks French roast with sugar, heavy cream, some Heath Bar ice cream, and then top it with whipped cream. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a candy bar in and of itself? It's got to become a smoothie at that point. I can't imagine there'd be much liquid to drink. But I've never been a coffee tea person. Like I've never been a fan of either.
I like Starbucks, dude. Fucking expensive. Fucking good.
I like Starbucks because I don't like coffee. You know, I mean, like.
Yeah, this is true.
Because I've had their mochas and I've had their white mochas and their peppermint mochas. That's all I've ever had from Starbucks.
White chocolate mocha. I love the fucking white chocolate mocha, dude. God damn. So fucking good.
Those are not coffee. Like there's caffeine in them and there's a lot of sugar, but I don't know about coffee being anywhere near those ever.
That's true. It does not taste much like coffee.
Yeah, I think for a while my favorite was the white chocolate mocha with
yeah, that's really good, dude.
What do you call it? The apple fritter for like breakfast? Just get an apple fritter and a white chocolate mocha.
That's funny. My son just asked about those, dude. We used to get them all the time.
Oh, I love fritters, man. Such a big fan. There's
a
donut shop around here that does blueberry fritters.
Nice.
And that's really good.
Yeah, I think any fritter, any fruit fritter, it's gonna be good.
Any fruit fritter.
But yeah, the fries here, the whatever, they're all like Kroger, I guess. It'd be like the Ralphs, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, the apple fritters they make are really good, dude. Yeah, I would normally fucking heat them up and fucking put ice cream on, like vanilla ice cream on top of it, so it's all melty and shit.
There's a lot of stuff you put ice cream on, isn't there?
Oh fuck! I suppose there is.
Because like a lot of the things I've had where I'm like, oh, I enjoy this or that. You're like, yeah, I like to heat it up and put ice cream on there. Like, damn, this is a lot of ice cream involved.
I told you. Have I told you what I do with the brownies?
I think so. I'm sure it involves ice cream and
I'll
like
get the
chocolate
Safeway
syrup.
brownies, and I get the yeah, of course, dude. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, I would basically take that, and I would take the white chocolate Reese's, like the mid-sized ones. I'd put about 5 of those, shove them into the brownies.
That's
I'd fucking
right.
melt that, and then fucking put ice cream on top of it.
Jesus Christ, dude! What the? That's so much sugar,
dude. And sometimes I would put fucking whipped cream.
God damn, I am
on top of that.
But god damn, I am impressed.
Yeah, whipped cream. I would put like whipped cream and peanuts on that, dude. Not often, because that is too much, dude. Yeah, because what I do
because like any one of those items, I could go for the brownie, I could go for the ice cream, or I could go for the candy.
If you're just eating that straight, without
three.
Drinking anything, like, dude, it kind of cleanses.
When I used to work for Marble Slab,
sweet dude.
When I used to work for Marble Slab, one of the things that we served, which is my favorite, called the Fudge Brownie Delight, and that's when you take a brownie, you put it in the little serving cup, microwave it for about a minute, and then you scoop on some ice cream, sprinkle on whatever it is they want, sprinkles or whatever, and then put on some hot fudge and a little bit of whipped cream and a cherry on top.
Oh, there you go. That just sounds like a regular sundae.
It's fucking delicious, man.
Yeah,
I love it. Like I said, it was.
Detroit sounded good too. I mean, I just would never go for it because it sounds way too sweet. But I'm sure it's delicious.
You drink a ton of milk, dude.
Well, I think the key here,
because even I couldn't eat it straight. Like, it's way too fucking sweet, dude. If you're not drinking a shitload of milk.
I think the key is like how much. Like, don't have like a big huge brownie. Have like size maybe the size of a credit card at the most, and then like one scoop of ice cream, and then a little like we don't like destroy it with whipped cream. We only do a little bit, so it was never a lot. It was just enough.
Oh, that wouldn't be too bad, but that's still.
Well, that's usually my advice. Don't destroy it with ice cream.
I lost a lot of my sweet tooth in the keto diet thing.
Have you been doing that?
Drastically shifted. Well, no, I did it a while ago, but it drastically shifted my sweetness scale. You know what I mean? Like suddenly, like, grapes are like candy. And it's like that really hasn't reset for me. That hasn't turned into like, oh, now grapes are awful.
Yeah, it's surprising what it does to you, huh? It can also lower your appetite. So that way, like you're used to eating a certain amount, and then you're not. So
yeah.
I was worried I gained some weight because we were, having some high carb meals every now and then, especially last month because when we moved, I mean, it was a devastating move and we didn't have a lot of money to buy new stuff, so we're stuck eating what we had when a lot of it was pasta. I was like that shit'll pack the pounds right back on you in no time flat.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem with where I'm at right now. Is like a lot of what we eat is pasta and rice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we need to stop eating so much pasta and rice. It shouldn't be with every meal.
Yep.
Like can we start having a salad here and there? Just maybe.
And even salads can be a bit weird. It depends on what kind of salad you're talking about. Because I used to have like a Caesar with like croutons, but sometimes the dressing is bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that because the croutons would be more carbs. It'd be sort of not the opposite of the point.
Exactly. So you want to go with something like I hate saying this. Like get some lettuce, drizzle it with some maybe some flavored olive oil, and like sprinkle it with seasoning salts of some sort, or maybe even some raisins and
slice up a few tomatoes and a little bit of onion in there, and you're not going to be doing too bad.
Yeah. So, but to me that sounds disgusting.
Some bell peppers, maybe.
Maybe bell peppers. Maybe some bell peppers. That doesn't sound too bad. But everything else
on your
is
personal taste. Obviously, if you're not a fan of like tomatoes and onions, then yeah, you wouldn't want those in there.
Exactly.
Jalapenos would actually be pretty good in a salad.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe like if you could like finally chop it up and sprinkle on. Maybe like I don't like spicy stuff, but a little bit of spice is fine.
I was thinking like sometimes you get like those southwestern chicken salads. A little bit of jalapeno mixed in with that would be pretty freaking tasty.
Yeah.
I was in Walmart earlier today, and they have these different kinds of like advent calendar things. One of which was a hot sauce one, so each day it's a different type of hot sauce. You get a little container of that.
I like that.
I thought that was a cute idea. Yeah. Obviously I didn't get it because I'm not a spice guy, but right next to it they also had 12 days. It was 12 days of hot chocolate of different types.
Oh, that's kind of cool because there's a lot of different hot chocolates out there that you might never get to try otherwise.
Yeah. Well, and gaming is forever bitching about me because I have hot chocolate while I'm trying to do keto, and it's like, well, like anything like that kicks you right off keto. Well, you're probably right, but I've been doing good so far, except recently. But I mean,
well, how are you making the hot cocoa? Is it like with a ton of sugar in it, or is it just like?
I just put the package in the cup with some hot water.
Oh, so it's the regular sugary kind. Okay, yeah, it's definitely kicking you out of keto for sure.
Yeah, but part of the reason why I do the hot chocolate thing because I've been having like candies and sugars surprisingly easy for me to get off of. It wasn't that hard when I started the whole keto thing. But what was hard was caffeine. Because the fucking every day I get up, I have a coffee, a cup of this, or maybe two, and then I have an energy drink. That was the hardest one. And the only thing that helped with those cravings was hot chocolate. That was the only thing that helped me. Because otherwise, I'd just be like any moment, I'm like, oh, I gotta fucking get my energy drink. I'm so tired. And now it's not so much a problem, but yeah. So I still lose weight, but I mean, like gaming doesn't like that I'm not doing it, and I'm fair enough.
I mean, technically, at that point, you're not really doing keto; you're doing low carb.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to extendedly go below the 10 grams of carbs a day to really go on keto, and I'm sure you're getting like 20 or 30 grams in a like cup of fucking hot cocoa.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's like the standard Swiss Miss.
It's like no name brand Walmart generic hot chocolate. So I mean, it's probably packed with sugar. Speaking of which, so I did grab it. I'm like, it's Christmas. I'm gonna fucking have it. Maybe I'll do the New Year thing and I'll kick the habit because I think I have kicked the need for caffeine. I don't crave it.
Nice.
It's like not like a burning desire anymore. And even prior to starting keto, I was trying to kick off hot chocolate. I mean, the caffeine craze.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They say like go 3 months without having any caffeine and see how you do. And boy, it was hard, fucking hard, dude. Anyway, I'm having one right now. It is a salted caramel, and I gotta say it's because it was a small package and it's pretty watered down, so it's kind of mild.
Oh, dude, I don't care. Drink as much hot cocoa as you want. I just wouldn't call it keto because it says there's about 32 grams of sugar.
Yeah, I can't call it keto. That's for sure. So, I remember the brand, but I remember they used to have these. It was kind of like a gourmet, I guess, but it was like it would have like 4 different flavors. It'd have like Irish cream and fucking like raspberry.
Was it Land O'Lakes?
Maybe.
Because they do a lot of cocos like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty well-known brand.
Yeah, I ordered like a gourmet cocoa sampler thing, and that was the brand. And I was really surprised that it was Land O'Lakes because I've always associated them with just like butter.
Well, 10 years ago, when my girlfriend was working at a place called the General Store, and in that store, each shelf was rented by a different retailer. So they'd come over or they ship over stuff, and then they'd have to stock the shelves with it. And one of the retailers sold these hot chocolates and packages of hot chocolate. And my girlfriend bought me a few. They were fucking delicious. It was the best hot chocolate ever. I've never been able to find them ever again. I think it was like some brand or whatever from across the world or whatever. I've never had that. And I've been, part of my thing is like when holidays come around, I look for it, and I can't find any. I've never found anything like it. It's been we broke up like 10 years ago, and in that 10 years, I've never found them. Never found them. I can recognize the packaging if I saw it, but I don't remember the name. I remember looking up different brands of hot chocolate around the world. Never found it. Never. And it's one of those things that's always haunted me. Like, what the fuck is this brand? It's not on Amazon. I can't find it on any other various different website or whatever. I've looked up different brands of hot chocolate. Can't find it. So, but it could be one of those things that they don't sell outside the countries. Like when I was in Mexico, there was this apple soda that I drink all the time, and I thought it was like I don't know, like an American thing or whatever. I don't know. Can't find it, and it's because it's exclusive to Mexico. Sorry, I'm hiccuping.
Oh no! Yeah, those are fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm stuttering, no, I'm not having a heart attack. I am just fucking hiccuping.
Well, I mean, if you want to have a heart attack, make sure you do it more vocally, though. For the listeners here. They
I don't
gotta
know if
be.
you
It'd be
can.
really good for ratings.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Will you actually care about ratings?
No, God knows. It's certainly not enough to have somebody give a fucking heart attack on the stream. I'd be like super fucking concerned.
Although we were talking about me getting in an accident on the way back at the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah, you think that'll help?
Yeah, can't hurt, I guess.
Yeah, every
I'm
show
sorry,
starts
yeah,
out in
always.
memory of Deitois, you know, from now on. Like, there's like 6 people, you know, that show up every once in a while. Like, oh no, that'd be so terrible.
You'll rebrand the stream the Slippery Road stream.
But yeah, it'll probably be a heart attack for me, if anything.
Yeah, more than likely, same here.
If you keep eating those
With all
brownies,
the
you
white
will.
chocolate Reese's. Yeah, I don't get them much, dude. It's the Safeway is like twice the distance. It's fries. The Safeway is the one that makes the really good brownies. So yeah, I don't make it down there that often. Just when I pick up my prescriptions, I get them filled there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, I always have to wonder with you people whenever I come on these streams, like when you say brownies, are you actually talking brownies or are you talking about pop brownies?
Oh, that's
I
just
never-
me. Deitois doesn't smoke weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm in
don't
this
know.
program with all these steps, like a dozen roughly.
He's the sobriety guy.
Ah,
Me and Satan are probably the 2 that ever come on here who are like constantly on some form of drug. And with me, it's just weed. With Satan, God only knows. So, like, usually liquor, I would assume, but
I assume one of these days he'll come on and he'll be on ayahuasca. And I'll be like, oh, dude, should have told us. We'll record every moment of this. You gotta tell me if you see the Clockwork Elves.
oh man. Oh, I'm at Melon Smoker right now. Excellent, sir.
I mean, maybe it makes this more bearable.
Yeah, it would definitely. Oh
So there
man,
you go.
I rewatched a few different anime, and I gotta say I love how fucking wacky anime can be. like I watched the one Ari Ferretta where the guy, it's like an isekai, and he ends up like falling off a bridge into the lowest part of the dungeon by accident, or somebody knocks him off or something.
Or he finds a vampire girl.
And he gains his power and abilities by eating the monsters.
I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like so fucking goofy. It's like, it's so fun because it's just so ridiculous. Because he throws out lines like, yeah, well now you're gonna be dinner. Like, Jesus.
See, I like that one in the beginning when he's struggling through the dungeon. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm rooting for this guy. And then he finds the vampire chick, and he's like, now he's OP or something. Then it just started getting boring and silly. It's like, I like the bear when you were struggling, man. That's why I stopped watching. That and the putting the spear or whatever up the dragon's butt. Like, yeah, I could do without that.
Dude, that dragon gets more ridiculous the rest of the show. Because of course
Yeah.
she turns into a cute anime girl. And she's constantly like, oh, he's ignoring me, I'm so wet. You know, like, not in those words, but in anime version of that.
I'm pretty sure those words were said in the show at some point. If not in the it was either in the sub or the dub, someone said it. I guarantee you.
Yeah, and then there's one I'm watching now, which is Oridake. I'm mispronouncing the shit out of this. Oh, who fucking cares? It's the one where the guy has this great sage ability, but it gives him a terrible headache, and they figure out that if he like kisses the girl he really likes after he uses it, the pain goes away. And then he goes and finds this secret dungeon and starts like gaining abilities, but like those abilities cost LP, so he has to like boost his LP by like doing perverted shit, eating really good food, or spending a lot of money.
See, I like the concept, but because I started watching that one, but I just thought it was like way too convoluted. I'm like, I'm not going to bother with this.
It's pretty funny. It just becomes a comedy essentially.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, it's just funny. You know, like he's gotta make out with this girl in the fucking middle of a fight with a giant rabbit at one point to give her more power so she can kill the rabbit.
Yeah, it makes sense, dude.
Absolutely.
Right?
What would you say is the silliest anime you've ever seen?
The silliest anime I've ever seen.
Or just or the wackiest, craziest, balls to the wall insane.
I did watch a couple episodes of Fully Cooley, and that is I don't know what the fuck is happening.
How old were you when you saw that?
I was in like my late teens, I want to say.
Oh, okay. All right, you're around the age for. See, I've come to realize because whenever I recommend it to anyone, if they were like when I was younger, when I was like in 17, 18, I think I was when it came out, and I'd see it and then I'd recommend it to some friends, and I when it finally came out on DVD, I'd show it to them. Oh, they fucking loved it. But then I get older, and then whenever I introduce to anyone like in their 30s or something, they go, "It's fucking stupid. What is this nonsense? This is weird." Like are those two making out under the bridge? Like, what is that all about?
Yeah.
Why is there a robot? Like, okay, the strange stuff like robots coming out of people's heads, that's fine. That's fine. I can get behind all that. Everything else was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there this?
I did watch one where the guy had to like drink the breast milk of people to power up.
Something no Quasar, I think.
I watched that. That was pretty fucking silly.
It was. It never got a dub, so I never saw it. I just heard about it. I don't watch subtitled anime. It's too much. Unless I'm so invested in the story, I need to know what happens next. Like I don't want to wait. I'm gonna watch the next episode. There's only a handful of shows that's ever happened to me before. That was like Attack on Titan, like the first season. Because spoilers, anyone who hasn't seen Attack on Titan, when the main character dies, and like gets eaten up, arm chopped off, and everything, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna kill off the main character like that?"
Damn.
I had to know what. Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh God, fucking
What's that
watch
called
it, man.
again?
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, no, I have no interest in that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's the one with the giant people that try to break into the walled city, and they gotta find them by like shooting them in the back of the neck or some shit. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. I almost gave up on the show because it's like you get like 4 episodes in, and it's just depressing stuff over and over and over again. And when the humans finally start fighting back and actually winning, I was hooked. I was like, I fucking need to see more of this because I was so happy to see them fucking kill the monsters. That's what it's like. You gotta invest in it just to get it.
Yeah. Oh, what is it? Mad Melman gave me a couple suggestions of Wicked City and Urotsukidoji.
I don't know about that one, but Wicked City, yeah, I'd say watch that one.
Okay, I couldn't find Urotsukidoji, so I can't watch that one. But
yeah, like older animes like Ninja Scroll, like dude, give that shit a watch. It's good stuff. Good horror anime.
I've actually seen Ninja Scroll. It's one of 4 anime things I've seen.
Oh yeah, Ninja Scroll. It's a good one. I enjoyed it. I always had a lot of fun with that. Don't seek out the sequel or the OVA that when it came out. Don't bother with that one. It's pretty bad.
All right.
Claymore and Trinity Blood. I wanted to like Claymore, but it's one of those. Sometimes in anime they'll have like dramatic moments, like a monster will punch, and they'll slow down. There'll be all these speed lines, and they do that for like building tension. And then like they're building tension, and then they'll pan to someone else in the room, and then they're talking about the characters, like oh, this character has this ability, but it's no good against so and so unless they do so. They're like having this conversation while this dramatic moment is supposed to happen. That moment is only going to take moments. It's only slowing it down for the audience's sake. Why are these people having a conversation? Why are they having a conversation while this is happening?
Anime has a lot of fucking what do you call that? Soliloquy? I think that's what that's called, where the main character or another important character just goes off on this fucking random ass speech that really makes no sense. Like, you would never have it in real life. There was never a point at which somebody would be like, and I must do this for the sake of my father, whose father, like where they get into the weird stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Like, okay, sometimes I get that, like if there's an internal monologue going on between characters, it's like there's a reason why they have to keep going. Like, I can understand some of that, but when there's an external conversation happening in the middle of the slow-mo scene, like, all right, that soliloquy or whatever happening, that makes sense in that character's moment, makes no sense in anyone else's. And Claymore did that I don't know how many times, and I just got so frustrated with it. It's like, why are we listening to your conversation? We should listen to hers. Like,
yeah, there is a point at which you go too far into like exposition. It's good to have exposition, but yeah, everybody's got different tolerances for it.
Yeah. But Claymore was one I just could not stand. Trinity Blood. I don't think I've ever saw Trinity Blood. What's another good one? I enjoyed Trigun back in the day. That was a really good show.
I've watched some of that. That was a fun show. I never watched like the whole series, but like it was on TV, so I'd see it like here and there. It was all right.
See, I noticed like nowadays anime shows are only like 12 episodes long, and back in the day, like they used to make 26 episodes for like each show, and I think 26 is a fairly large investment. Granted, you get lots of time to flesh out characters and see events happen, but sometimes it's like, I think you only need like 12 episodes really. Otherwise, things start to get silly, and the budget gets stretched out.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm trying to remember. There was one anime I saw. I think it was called. Never mind. I need to double check it. But there's one I saw about a photographer who used to be like a photographer in war times, and now he's like, after the war, he's just a regular photographer taking pictures of politicians and stuff. And he's so bored by that. And then when he hears about a secret society of like rich, wealthy people, he decides, oh, that's an interesting idea. So he sneaks his way in there. He beats up one guy, steals a costume, just to go in there and take a bunch of pictures. It works, but he gets caught, and he gets, apparently in his attempt to run away, finds out that he interrupts a ritual where some girl comes down and she gives a blessing where she kisses someone and they gain powers. But the thing is, that makes it weird, it's like orgasmic powers.
Of course.
And it has something to do with their passion. So with this guy, like, he gains the ability, like, every time he takes a picture with his camera now, it's like a fucking cannon. It blows up things, but every time he does, he comes. And so he has to be careful how he uses it. Also, just I thought the joke was hilarious. If you use your powers too much, it will have a side effect. Like, you need your eye to take a picture. He eventually uses it so much he goes blind.
Of course. Of course. The orgasm camera would make you go blind. That makes sense. What anime is this again?
I will try and figure out. I want to say it's Shutter, but I don't think that's the correct name. I need to double check it. No, I know what it is. Speed Greifer. I don't know why it's called
Speed Viper?
Greifer. I let me see if I can find the name for you. It's a weird name. But what's really cool about it is because you got like the secret society of rich people.
Speed Grapher?
Is that how you pronounce it? I might be mispronouncing it. But It's like you look at the secret society of rich people and the crazy shit that they do. Like they're so fucking weird. But I mean, if you're rich and wealthy, yeah. And what's really strange about it, everything you've ever heard Alex Jones talk about is in this show. You have demon worshipping, rich people doing weird shit. It's like the guy heard Alex Jones and he decided to make that into a show. It's like Jesus Christ. It still holds up to this day. You look back, but all the cool stuff is only in the first 5-ish episodes, or maybe even 10. I'm not sure, because the weird thing is that after that it gets silly. I don't know why it gets silly, because the first episodes are so gritty and dark and awesome.
Different writer? Maybe they fired the original writer and they were like, "Look, you're taking this in too dark of a direction. We can't merchandise this."
Maybe that was it. I don't know. And so it was too mature, it was too dark, it was too graphic, it was too bizarre. And then I guess they got different writers for the second half. Like, I'd say only watch the first half. When it starts to get weird and silly, then just stop watching.
Well,
because
I'm a big fan of silly, ecchi comedy stuff, though.
See, that's just it. All the ecchi stuff goes away too. It's not there anymore. They make it more family.
If that's gone too, then yeah, I might end up only watching the first half.
Because it gets, like, maybe finish it if you just want to finish it, but like the first half is really good, and it just goes downhill from there.
Well, Shinsoka says he needs an Alex Jones anime, and I agree. I want an anime with Alex Jones as the main character. That would be glorious. Glepnir. Have you seen Glepnir? That's a wacky anime.
It does not ring a bell.
This guy something happens to him because of aliens, and he can turn into a monster. But the monster he turns into is a mascot with a zipper on the back. So this girl, whose sister also turns into a different kind of monster, because everybody that gets exposed to this alien turns into different kinds of monsters.
Right, I think I know what you're talking about.
She's trying to find her sister, and like something about her sister, so she starts wearing the mascot monster as like a suit to fight in. Like he's really strong, he's just not very good at fighting, so she does all the fighting for him by wearing him as a suit. And they have to find like these little alien things that give them extra power and stuff like that. It's pretty dumb.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that was a bizarre one. I don't know. I wanted to give it a go, but
I made it like 4 or 5 episodes in before I just shouldn't watch anymore. Too cringe.
Yeah. It just did not work for me.
You know, no, Alex Jones the Barbarian. I mean, have you seen when he was young? Like they're saying Alex Jones is Zordon, the good guy's boss from Power Rangers, which isn't a bad idea, but I want to see Alex Jones the Barbarian, where instead of just complaining about all the stuff, he just pulls out a sword and goes after like the bad guys and the fucking conspiracies and just, you know, Alex Jones smash. Like, oh, did we lose Daytwa?
No, I'm here, man.
Just anime is so far out of your wheelhouse that you're like, I got nothing to add, guys. I saw Ninja Scrolls once.
Yeah, that's part of it. You guys are talking like a foreign language, basically.
Oh man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if you want to talk about Akira, Ninja Scroll, or Princess Mononoke, I'm in, dude. But other than that, I have no idea.
Would it surprise you to find that I've only seen Princess Mononoke out of those 3 iconic anime?
You've never watched Akira?
Nope.
Dude, you gotta watch
I've
Akira.
watched Akira, dude. I mean, come on, dude.
It's like essential watch.
The anime, dude.
They literally created new colors for that show, and part of the reason is like most of it is filmed at dark time, like at night, and it's all in the city. And they're like, well, we can't have everything because everything would be the same palette. They do all these different colors and different tones. There's literally a color called Akira Red. And they called it that because they literally invented a new shade of red.
And Akira is a movie, I assume?
Yep, a movie. Yep, it's a movie. And what's weird, I think it's weird, because this doesn't always happen, but the director of the movie is the same guy who made the manga. It was his first like directorial debut. Surprisingly, he's a good director. So,
Oh, that's kind of nice.
yeah, but because he wrote the book, he was still working on the book when he did the movie, and he didn't have an ending for the book yet. So he just sort of made one up. So like when the book finally did end, it was obviously a different ending, but he was like, "Yeah, I did one for a movie's sake." And then he went on to do other things like I guarantee you most people haven't seen this movie. It's called Steam Boy.
I have not watched a lot of anime movies.
Ah. I can't say I recommend Steam Boy. It's visually very good. It still holds up to this day. It's a very visually good movie. It's a steampunk kind of movie set in like Victorian times in like England and all that. It's interesting, but it kind of goes on. It's kind of boring. But very cool movie, cool looking movie.
Let's see. Oh, and I can watch it dubbed or subbed. I must say that the more anime I watch, the more I prefer the subbed.
It depends on the anime, really.
Much of the voice acting in the dubbed is so fucking awful. Like,
well, again, like that always depends on who's doing it. Like, for instance, Akira. Right, there's 2 dubs for Akira. There was one they did in the 1980s, and they did another one in like the late 90s. Check out the 90s one because the other one is like they, for some reason everyone sounds like, because these are all like teenagers dealing with like weird shit, and the teenagers for some reason they sound like men, like guys who have been like who are like in their like 40s or 50s, burly kind of sounding guys. It's like, you're scrawny teenagers. You sound like scrawny teenagers, please.
Yeah, what was I watched How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, the dubbed version.
That's bad.
The girls both sounded like weird Jersey Valley girl accents, like that made no sense.
Yep.
They'd be like, "What am I, chopped liver?" And you're like, "What the fuck happened?" Like,
any of that ecchi stuff, they don't really give a damn because they know you're not watching it for the story and the acting. They know no one cares.
Ironically, I enjoy the story as well as the comedy. So I'm getting I prefer the sub because it doesn't take me out of the story as much. I recognize that it's not quality entertainment. Like I'm not trying to pretend that I'm watching art.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone really cares. It's like just make them sound unique enough, and you're good. I think one of the worst cases of that was a show called Queen's Blade. I never finished it because like
they're the one lady with the acidic tit milk.
Yep. It's weird.
You're fighting and this bitch just starts spraying titty milk on the other fighter. You're just like, what the fuck? What just happened? Why? And then her clothes start melting and you're like, of course.
That's why. She knows what she's doing. It's like this is what they get paid for. It's like when you realize that there's no real substance to something, I don't really feel invested to watching it. Like there are some shows that are just fun to watch. Then there are others that are like, yeah, we did that last episode and the episode before that, and okay, all right, it just got boring after a bit.
Yeah, it's hard to strike a good balance with ecchi comedy where there's a decent storyline that's worth watching, and it's not overwhelmed by the dick and fart jokes essentially.
You know, there's one show I think has a very perfect blend, and I recommend this to Deikwa too if you ever guys get a chance to watch it, and that's Konosuba.
The one where the guy goes to the other world and they're like, you get to take one thing, and he's like, all right, bitch, you're mocking me, you go with me.
And God says yes, that's acceptable. It's like, oh god, he gets such a useless part. It's a what do you call it? It's a comedy. Well, sitcoms. Yeah, it's a situation comedy. It's a sitcom in anime form, with an isekai blend with like etchies and weird shit. Like, dude, it is so fucking funny. I watch it every now and then, just laugh my ass off. It's so good.
The big boss comes into town and he's like, "Do whatever you want. I'll do it. Just stop blowing up my house." Because the little explosion mage has been practicing every single day by blowing up where his house is. She just didn't realize. Yeah. And so
she thought it was an abandoned.
He was like, "Whatever you do, just stop. I'll do anything."
Stop blowing up my castle. Every goddamn thing. That was a Doulahan. Dude, that guy in the dub, that guy is fucking hilarious. He is so fun. I was upset that he died. I'm like, why? He's so good.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Oh, but there's also some wacky ones that are serious and kind of good to watch. I enjoyed the one that everybody hated, the furry one, where it was the rabbit and the fucking wolf that got together.
Oh, Beastars?
Yeah, Beastars. I thought that was a fun anime to watch. I thought that was kind of entertaining.
It's fucking teenage soap opera with animal heads.
Well, except for, the animals that get eaten.
That's the only part I enjoyed. It's like,
that's what makes it more fun. The rest of it, the romance part of it is obnoxious.
Yeah, you have to live in perfect harmony. Except every now and then, someone's going to try to eat someone else. That's the idea.
What makes it entertaining. You're like, oh shit, this bitch gonna get eaten by her boyfriend. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's the one part that got me. Like, okay, I need to. I don't hate the show. I'm probably gonna sit down and watch it again. But boy, it was a weird one. Like I said, when they get to the market where people are literally selling off their body parts for food, like,
that got dark, right?
That got real dark. Like that old guy was trying to sell off.
A finger in the costume, $5 or some shit like that. You were like, God damn.
Like that, oh boy, that was like, whoa, that was disturbing.
And then some of the fucking prey animals like getting eaten. Like they get off on it.
Yeah, that was so fucked up. But I mean,
Daytwa, that's your intro to anime that you should watch for sure.
Sounds interesting, I guess.
It's so fucking weird. Also, it's like, okay, yeah, you have this cannibalistic. It's not really cannibalistic, but it sounds that way because you have to live together. But it's got this feel to it. But then you also have like this teenage like love triangle thing going on, and then you have this fucking play that's such a big fucking deal. Like, why? Even in the anime, they I try watching. They don't even really explain why a play is so fucking important.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I don't get
at all.
But it's such a fucking big deal. Like, why is this such a big deal? Like, I tend to wonder: was the creator like a theater major? Is that why? Like, to him, it was a big deal.
I think it was part of the romance aspect. So like, not only are they, doing the typical, teenage romance thing, but this, the teenage thing of like, oh, this play really matters, even though not really.
Yeah, that could be it. I don't know. It's a strange one. I mean, if you got Netflix, I mean, there's plenty of anime on there to check out. Cowboy Bebop's a good one. Not the fucking Netflix one that got canceled. No, man, that got canceled. No one
like three episodes in, right? I think they canceled it fast as fuck.
Yep. Yeah, they were done with that show, which is weird because Netflix is one of those companies. It's like good reviews, bad reviews, they don't care as long as people are talking about it. And yeah, people really didn't like it.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, but Netflix didn't learn their lesson because you know what they announced just the other day? They announced they're going to make They're going to make a live-action Mega Man movie.
Okay.
You know, right?
Idea.
Like, why? Like, okay, I know why they're doing this, and the reason why they're doing this is because they've lost all the big franchises. So, for instance, they used to have Marvel. Well, Marvel took Marvel stuff back, so now they don't have that anymore. They can't go to DC because DC wants to do their stuff on HBO Max. So, okay, they can't do that. So then they thought, what's left for us? Well, there's anime, which is why they're doing all this anime stuff. They're hoping that that's something that they make will become a franchise, and it's going to bring in money. And part of the reason why all this stuff that we're getting is terrible is because Netflix themselves are the ones who are producing it. And the thing is with Netflix is that they have this mindset, like they have the Hollywood mindset, you know, of diversity and inclusion and yada. So all that stuff you don't like, that's all because of Netflix themselves. It's the same thing with He-Man. Because believe it or not, a lot of times Kevin Smith gets all this hate for the He-Man show, but really it's not him because they brought him on afterwards. Like the stories were pretty much mostly already written, the characters were already cast, all this stuff was outlined in advance. They brought Kevin Smith in there for clout and to do like some tweaking every now and then with dialogue. Most of that stuff wasn't him. And so now that I know that it wasn't him, I'm going to give him a little less shit because it's not his fault. They brought him in. It's just his lane that they're.
I mean, I don't know. You see his movie. He's gone pretty down the SJW path, regardless of whether he's the one that fucked up that show or not.
Probably.
Had it been up to him, he probably would have done just as bad.
It could be, but you also have to remember, like he was never interested in He-Man anyways, which was the one thing that always gets brought up.
That's such a shame to give him that then. Like, if you're not even into He-Man, you shouldn't be on that fucking thing.
Yeah, but like I said, they just brought him in for clout. It's not necessarily all him. I do think you're right though. I don't think that if he had been in there from the beginning, we would have gotten something very, very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the interviews and all that with Kevin, he talked about this guy from Netflix who's like, he says, oh yeah, he's the number one fan. He didn't say that he's the one calling all the shots, but we found out that he's from Netflix, and in his bio, it's all about, you know, inclusion, diversity, and feminism and all that stuff. Yeah. So,
well, that's the only way to get work in you know, I don't know if you'd call Netflix Hollywood, but I mean, essentially in entertainment at this point is you have to be sold out to this nonsense politically instead of actually making anything remotely interesting.
Yep.
Like they've actively eschewed hiring anybody who's not creatively bankrupt. Because, like, look, I've never written a movie, but I'm pretty sure that I could write one better, even using the fucking feminist propaganda, than most of the people they hire right now. Probably. You know what I mean? Like, I could probably get their propaganda pushed better than they could, and I'm a fucking dummy. Like, that's not, like...
Well,
there's a lot of people who would be able to write far and away better than anything I could ever come up with, you know? Like,
well, you have to remember, in Hollywood, it's always been about the whole, like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Like, you have to remember that the big producer at Warner Brothers, he got his job because he used to be the hairstylist for one of the other big wigs at Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it's like, he was just a hairstylist, and that's how it's like he knew the right people, and that's how he got the job.
Oh, Mad Metal Man would like to play Metal Man in the Mega Man film.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good plan. I don't see anything wrong with this. Who do we introduce him to? Like, who's the bigwig he needs to meet to be like, hey, by the way, if you could just pull some strings, this would be kind of funny.
I mean, you have to move to Hollywood.
You might have to move to Hollywood and blow a bunch of dudes, Mad Metal Man. I'm not sure.
That sounds about right.
How you feel about that, you know? I mean, it's a big paycheck at the end of the day. It's not like you're blowing people for free. You're getting a lot of fucking money for your bang, so to speak. A lot of buck for your bang.
I did hear that's how The Rock got his work in Hollywood.
Dude, for the longest time, I believed he was gay. Like, not in like a... Like, I don't even know where I picked it up. I just was like, oh yeah, The Rock, he's a gay dude. You know, like, I was for the longest time thought he was a gay guy. I don't know where that rumor started, how I got...
You probably got it from me. It was probably my fault that
No, for years before I even met you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I've thought he was gay since he started wrestling.
Well, I think if I had to guess, it may have been the rumors that first started off with fuck, what was his name? The guy who played in the Chronicles of Riddick. The guy who plays Root.
Vin Diesel.
Thank you, Vin Diesel. Yeah, because rumors about that guy were going around a fair bit. I don't think he ever clarified on whether or not he was or not.
I think he doesn't care. He seems like a nerd. Like,
yeah,
like
very
he plays
buff
a lot of
nerd.
D&D, World of Warcraft. He put some videos up when he got like a mount in World of Warcraft and stuff. I think he's similar to what's his name? The guy that plays Superman. I can't remember his name offhand.
Okay. He's straight. He's got a wife.
Yeah.
And
wife, or does he have a beard?
Henry Cavill. I think Vin Diesel and Henry Cavill have that in common, that they're both like super into like video games and D&D and being nerdy and stuff. But just happen to be like super buff dudes, so they were like, well, this is an easy way to make money, and I work for like 2 or 3 months out of the year, you know? Like,
right. A lot more time to play games.
Vin Diesel's real name is Mark Sinclair. Go figure. Vin Diesel sound way too cool.
Yeah, there's no... That's like The Rock. There's no way that was his real fucking name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Mark Sinclair kind of works, though. That works as like but it'd be more like a swashbuckling leading man, you know, suave kind of thing. Whereas Vin Diesel sounds a lot more like me, crush with fists.
Yeah, it's done his career well so far. Can you imagine Vin Diesel playing a pirate?
I'd watch that fucking movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Playing the fucking... Who could he play? I wonder if you can put a beard on him.
Did you, He's had a beard in some of his stuff, I think.
I think so. He played...
He had hair in, like, one where he was, like, playing a stockbroker.
He had a beard in the second Riddick movie. So, I mean...
Ooh, a good spy name, yeah. Mark Sinclair.
Yeah.
What was the one where he was, like, the babysitter? Like, he was this secret agent, but he had to go take care of this guy's family.
I hated that movie. It was fucking stupid.
He was hilarious in that. He was really, like, playing outside his normal, like, role entirely. It was like, oh, okay, he's not terrible at acting. He could actually probably pull off some more interesting roles.
Well, yeah, give him a chance to do something else that he'd be pretty good at it. Like the guy who plays, I think his name's Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor. That guy, he's fucking funny as hell. But he never gets a chance to be a comedian.
He's always so ridiculously hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Ryan Reynolds. Excellent, funny guy.
Ryan Reynolds is one of my favorites. Yeah, he's hilarious.
Well, and I think that's part of the reason why he loves Deadpool so much. It's like part of the reason he doesn't get much work in a lot of those types of movies because he's too good looking. And here he is, like, you fucking make me ugly as hell. I get to wear a mask most of the time. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And I get to make awfully inappropriate jokes the entire time.
Dude, like, this is the role. It's the kind of role you want to do. It's like, oh, okay, I know a lot of the Marvel actors have all signed off. They're not, coming back. But if you told them, all right, we want you in this next Deadpool movie, and you could say all these terrible words like, I get to do all the... Yes, they'll all come back for that. You tell Hugh Jackman, yeah, I know you're tired of playing Wolverine, but we'll let you say, fuck and all that stuff in this one.
Wolverine will get a scene where he gets to call Jean Grey a cunt. If you come back, sir.
Yes. You unfaithful bitch. okay
Come on,
with
you
that.
fucking cunt. Make a decision, him or me. It's not hard. Oh no! Hold on
I
a second.
guess they solved that dilemma by just making him fucking all bisexual.
Oh, that's. I pray
They have
like
a fucking, what do you call it? They're in a 3-way relationship.
I pray Marvel Comics collapses soon, because that way they can end this nonsense.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking stupid.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. I can't stand it. I want them done. This has to end.
Yeah, it really does seem like they're literally trying to fucking collapse these companies, dude.
It does. It does. And I don't know. Like, they need to make money soon. I just don't know if they can at this point, because they've lost so much, and a lot of people have gone to either indies or manga. So I don't know. I mean, even if they did reverse course, I don't. It might be too late. There might be no way of saving them.
It's kind of to that point, man. Although I don't know, I feel like people would be kind of forgiving if they just knocked off the SJW nonsense.
I think they also need.
Such an easy fix. They don't fucking do it.
Well, I think they also need to take advantage of the situation that they have. Like, for instance, when the Marvel movies were at their height, and like I've mentioned this before, and a few other people have as well. It's like when you have someone like Hawkeye, who is now a household name. Well, prior nobody cared; he's just a guy with a bow. But now Hawkeye's a household name, and people like him. Why is it then that you have Hawkeye comic books, but instead of Hawkeye, you have some other girl, Kate Bishop, and she's now Hawkeye? Why are you doing that? People like Hawkeye. They don't want Kate Bishop. It's because they're changing them around for the future or whatever. Like, you have Riri Williams, some 15-year-old black girl. She's now Iron Man. Like, why? And then Jane Foster's now Thor. It's like, people want the characters they see on screen. They like those characters. They want those characters. But instead of those characters, you're giving them new characters? Why? And so kids start, like, you could have easily made a lot more money selling comic books if you had just done that. Instead, you gave them something else. And now they're trying to make the stuff in the comic book happen in the MCU. Like, they made Falcon Captain America now, and nobody liked it. Nobody cared.
Yeah, it's like they're literally going out of their way to piss off their fans, dude. It's bizarre, dude.
And the one thing that is like almost guaranteed to make money is the new Spider-Man movie. That thing,
Right.
the early ticket sales are so high that if current projections are correct, it's gonna be the best-selling Marvel movie of all time. And because of early screenings, it's already been let out. Because the other thing that's been pissing a lot of people off is, like, we want to know, you're bringing back the old Spider-Man characters, aren't you? Like, you brought back the villains. Are you going to bring back the other Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? Because they're not in any of the trailers. They're not in any of the promotional materials. And they had the premiere, and the actors weren't even on the runway. So we don't even know. So, like, why is this happening? Why aren't we getting nothing? So, spoiler in case anyone wants to
find out.
Well, I really wanted to find out. I really wanted to know are the other Spider guys going to be in there? And it was finally revealed the other day. Yes, they are. So, which is good. I mean, you can't just bring back Green Goblin and Sandman and the Lizard. And all. You can't bring back all these characters from different movies and not have them in this one. That would make no sense. So, Is Stabby gone? Said something about fire. Now, see that? I don't know. See, now that's good for ratings. It's like, oh, my house is on fire? Let me just walk away. And he didn't mute himself for nothing. He didn't mute himself.
Hold on, I'm going to see exactly what he fucking said. Maybe some fire have to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Come on,
so,
man. Put the video up, buddy.
Yeah,
Ratings.
that's content. That's like, yeah, do that.
Jesus Christ, dude. I assume he's, well, it's, Northern California, so it could be like wildfires, or it could be a fire like in his house or something. That's fucking
Maybe.
scary. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck, man.
I mean, content is content. I'd say go for it.
Right. Fuck, man. But seriously, I hope he's fucking alright, dude. That would be pretty fucked up.
That would be. That would be. Hold on. I'll do it.
Ah, leave me hanging, dude. I'm gonna actually have to look at the chat. Ah, damn it. See what's happening. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Sorry, I just saw the. It's fucking depressing, dude. Alright. What's happening in the world? Check out Twitter. See what's happening. I was normally just playing my games and pretending I'm paying attention, dude, but now I'm actually having to fucking do shit. What the fuck? Alright, Sticks for some reason is putting ketchup on fucking shepherd's pie. That seems kind of sinful. What the fuck? Yay. Yeah, I'm floundering, dude. I haven't been paying attention for half the show because they've been going on about anime. I got fucking nothing. Let's see. Okay. I should talk about fucking sports since I never get a chance to. The Suns are doing really well, so we'll see what happens, dude. But they're up 2-0 in the finals last year and then got fucking blasted. So hopefully this year it can turn out differently. Although Golden State's looking really fucking good. Obviously, Milwaukee's probably going to be there. The Cardinals are really good. So the Arizona teams, dude, they're doing all right. Although they just lost to the Rams on Monday night. That fucking sucked. But we're looking forward to it, dude. They're a really inconsistent team, but man, when they're good, they're really fucking good. They have like 5 kick-ass wide receivers, dude. So yeah, when AJ Green is like your 4th best receiver, you're doing all right. Fuck both those two for bad. Well, Stabby, I assume, has a good reason. It sounds like, but Samaj knowingly fucking left me hanging, dude. Fucking guy. Other than that, yeah. Anyways, we'll see. It's really nice to have your teams actually, because I fucking bailed on the NFL. A few years ago, I stopped watching it altogether. Because the Lions used to be my fucking team. But I feel like now, and now again, obviously I was always rooting for the Cardinals any other time they're not playing the Lions, but the Lions weren't the team that brought me back to the NFL. It was the fucking Cardinals, so yeah. I feel like it's a good enough reason to scrape off that cursed fucking team. But yeah. Yeah, paintball. Yeah, I don't know how well that would work. Like, because it's got to be something that works well televised. I don't know how well paintball.
Sorry about that.
Uh,
Is Stabby back?
Hey, you're back. No, dude.
Oh, okay. This could be interesting. Hopefully,
Yeah,
there's not.
I talked about sports while you two fuckers were gone.
Oh,
So I
okay.
didn't
Well,
ever get a chance to.
oh, sorry, I'm not a sports guy. So,
Yeah, no, it's cool, dude. It's not a big deal.
is Stabby one?
No, not at all.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he even played like fucking Little League or anything, dude. I don't think he ever played any sports. You know, how most kids at least played Little League or whatever. I don't think he
Yeah.
even did that.
Oh, I know I did a little bit of the baseball thing when I was younger. I didn't care for it.
No, I actually really like baseball. It's actually pretty fucking good. But I stopped playing. I'm trying to think. So I got done with senior league. Yeah, I think I played till I was like 17. I had a bad experience. I fucking quit playing. So basically, like um, uh, our coach for the summer league, because I had played for the JV team as a sophomore. Like I didn't play as a freshman. I never played any other sports really. At least, I mean, I love playing basketball and I love playing sports, but I never really liked playing schools and shit. Um, but I, play basketball on the weekends and shit. On fucking, uh, just fucking around with people at the wherever they play basketball. Usually at school courts, outside courts, or whatever. But yeah, in baseball one, like our coach, I guess what happened to him when he was a kid was this other guy had basically uh, thought he was talented, but didn't. He thought he was lazy. So like the first year that he played with him, he basically only played him like 3 innings. And I guess the next year he came back and was like working hard, and he fucking ended up playing the whole fucking time or whatever. So apparently that coach viewed me the same way. So he basically wasn't playing me like hardly at all. And what I did instead was never play again.
Hmm.
Because yeah, even the players on the team were like, yeah, like we know you're better than the guy that's playing. Like we fucking know you're way better than he is.
I have returned.
But anyways, yeah, just to be contrarian, I guess, because I was a fucking dumbass kid. Because even when I played the JV, I quit after like 5 games, and it was like maybe about after like 3 or 4 games, like the varsity coach came and talked to me, and he's like, "Yeah, keep it up, and we're gonna call you up to the varsity." And again, instead, I fucking quit like a week later. So,
Hey,
yeah.
Stabby, good to see you back.
Yay. I may end up having to cut off early.
Sports,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on, man?
So there's a really strong electrical burning smell in the garage. Like that burnt rubber metal kind of smell.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't track down like what's causing it. So the garage also has an opening that opens into our crawl space in the top of the house. So it could really be from pretty much anything. We don't know like where the thing is. We want to catch it before it's like an actual fire. So hopefully my mom is contacting an electrician now. She was talking about calling the fire department. I'm like, they're not. There's no actual fire. There's nothing they can do. You need an electrician to like track down and find like what is burning and why.
Mm-hmm.
So my suspicion is there's probably some wiring that got sort of like too close to the heater or the furnace that we just had installed up there last year. And it's just taken a long time for it to like, cause some decay or something, and maybe the insulations of the wires or something, and now they're shorting very slightly. And so That's my guess as to what's going on. Something like that. Somewhere, some insulation got rubbed or chewed or something. But I checked all the outlets. Nothing was warm. Checked all the lights and the light sockets. None of that was warm. So, I don't know where it's coming from in the garage.
It's good. Time. You want to go ahead and just call it now, or?
I'm gonna go check again in like 20 minutes and see what's going on, if we've got progress or if we haven't yet. Because if we're not getting anybody out here tonight, I'm just gonna make sure to pack a few things ready to go in case of, just to be safe. But I don't think there's gonna be like a fire in like the next couple of hours. My mom thinks it's the little light bulb that I put in over the dryer, and I'm like, it's just a light bulb. It's not gonna make this kind of burning smell. I've got one in my room. It works just fine, unless that's just a one-off and it happens to be, having a serious issue. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be a problem. So yeah, you bet maybe if you want to call it quits early, then get yourself ready in case anything bad happens.
I'm kind of. Well, I mean, I think we're going to be fine. I think it's just it's not a fire yet.
Let's keep it that way.
Run the heater for the first time. They would always have that weird kind of.
We've run the heater a lot, so yeah. And we had AC installed, so we were running AC all summer, and then the heater so far for like the last couple of months. So yeah, and I checked the circuit breakers, because they have like the junction boxes that go into the house, and none of that wiring is warm. That's the best I can do as far as whether or not it's burning. Is the wire warm?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not.
If it was just the light bulb, it's entirely possible that it was just the light bulb. I don't think that's very likely, because the light bulb has been out there for like a week or 2 weeks.
Well, you're not an electrician, so you don't know what to look for. You're guessing at this point.
Yeah, I don't have any equipment to test the lines for shorts or whatever. That's why I was saying we get an electrician, like they would have a much better idea of how to track it down and be capable of tracking said problem down.
Yep. There you go.
You guys were talking about paintball?
He was. I had to go to the bathroom, so.
Oh wow! Yeah. See, I got a chance to use the restroom while I was out checking for fire too. So
yeah, we left Aqua hanging. He was stuck.
To be fair, I wasn't planning on leaving to go use the restroom. I would have been fine waiting. There was the whole, like, my sister coming in and being like, yeah, we might have fire going on. Oh, we're not really sure. Could you come on, look? Like, all right, this is important.
Takes precedence.
Yes, it's super exciting. And now, let me pimp my donations page. You can. Oh man. That's how you do it now, right? You're like, oh, my house might burn down. Patreon me, please, or GoFundMe, or what are the other ones? Is there Coffee? I think they can give you money, and then there's like a cash app.
Donate to my Coffee, my Subscribe Star, my Patreon.
Yeah.
My one-time donations will go a long way.
I really think there needs to not be as many ways to just give people random ass money.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know, man. It just seems like it's fucking encouraging some real shitty fucking behavior. Like these Cash App and oh no, Sensoka, you have an OnlyFans? There you go. I'm a mod on an OnlyFans leak server, and so far I have yet to find a single one of them that's even remotely attractive to me. I'm like, they all look just fucking awful.
Well, after what happened, like last time when they decided, oh, well, we're going to go public and we're going to get rid of all of our adult subscribers or whatever, that pissed people off an awful lot. They were like, oh shit, and the ship was burning fast, and so they reversed. Well, yeah, no, it's all okay, it's all okay. We're don't go away.
Yeah.
Like that was bad optics. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. Mad Metal says random people can get a random job. See, I don't have a problem if people are giving some sort of actual content. Like, there's people who do like Patreon who are like, you know, you get like some artwork in the mail and you're paying to fund like an episode, or you know where you know the money is going to actually making a product that you can enjoy. But things like Cash App and Coffee, where it's just like, I give you free money because you got tits. That's a real fucking issue for me. Like,
it's encouraging really bad behavior. Like,
oh, somebody's not gonna be right back.
The fire department is coming out.
The who?
Fire?
Hopefully it's not more
out.
of like,
Can
we got
they
fire
track it
now.
down?
That's what they do.
Hurry up.
Oh, okay.
Pack
Well,
your
then I was wrong.
bags.
Probably not.
God.
Not a good thing.
What do you do in that situation? I guess you get a fire extinguisher if you got one.
No, the fire department's actually coming out. Apparently, they do track down those burning wires. I didn't think they would.
Oh, okay.
Potential
So
fire
I
situation.
am wrong. If you're ever in that situation, call the fire department.
Huh.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They would probably much rather come out and spend like 30 minutes now, or 45 minutes driving out and driving back, and then looking for the wire and making sure that it doesn't start a fire than, hours later putting out a giant fire, especially in California.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That was my thought. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're gonna. So I think I will probably say we should probably call it early just to. Oh, is there an OnlyFans for who's Steve Rudzinski? Oh, he's like a pizza guy.
Huh.
Oh, it's films. Okay, Silver Buster are they old porn films? Now I'm curious as to what this Steve Rudzinski is all about. Oh, he makes actual movies. Okay. Oh, you have to send me a link to that interview at some point, Mad Mellow Man. I'd love to check that out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say we're calling it a night just because the fire department's gonna come out and we'll figure out like what's going on. To be clear though, I don't think it's gonna be anything super serial. I think they're gonna track down like a wire that got like a little warm and be like, all right, well, you should call an electrician and have them change this wire out for you. Till then, turn off this circuit breaker so you don't have anything going to it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Out there, I hear you, man.
So
Well,
just
shit,
to be on the
man.
safe side.
So, yeah, let me know. Let us know how it turns out, dude.
No, if you're on the Discord, I will be. I'll put something down there when stuff changes.
Work.
All right, peace out,
All
and
right,
everybody
man.
check out that interview because Karis Hell was on.